Today, we just finished day one of the Women's U.S. National Championships 2026 in Phoenix. We are both here in person. USAG is actually saying Olympian before athletes compete. It's a total revolution, you guys. Today's show is brought to you by Fantasy Scores, by Fantasy Fancies of Non-Reality. That's
Sure.
today's
We were
product.
having a time today over in the
We
media section at Women's Day 1.
we were beside ourselves. Welcome to GymCastic, the number one gymnastics podcast in the galaxy. I'm Jessica, and I'm here with Spencer from the Balance Beam Situation. And this is behind the scenes, which we do immediately with our immediate reactions right after our competition. And if you're a Club Gym Nerd member, you want to log in now so you can listen to the entire thing, the extended version of this podcast. You can find out how to do that by joining Club Gym Nerd at gymcastic.com. Before we get into the headlines and who is leading, I want to remind everybody that we have a live show on Sunday. Immediately come discuss the meet and all the scores with us. Seats are limited and they're selling fast. So please get your tickets now. It's gymcastic.com. If you can't be here in person, that's okay, because you can buy a streaming ticket. You can watch a replay. If it's the middle of the night where you are, that's okay. You can watch the replay. It's right across the street from the arena if you're here in person. And you can hang out with your fellow gym nerds. Amy Borman will be there signing her books. And we will also have a cash bar with snacks. So you can pay cash for the bar and for cash for your snacks.
And know that it's cash and not free. In case you might have thought it was free. It's not free.
Yeah. If anyone would like to sponsor free booze and snacks for our listeners, we're open to it. But yes, bring your card so you can.
Or for us in these hotel rooms that have a lot of booze and snacks in here. That's very tempting looking.
Never stayed in a hotel with so much booze before in my life. So details are at gymcastic.com. We can't wait to see you at the live show breaking down the whole entire meet. Okay. So first of all, let's talk about who is leading the competition.
Two people are leading the competition, because Skye Blakely and Claire Pease tied for the all-around lead after day one.
Yeah, there they are.
Which the surprise there is that it's not Hezly Rivera, who is in fourth after falling on bars. Otherwise, with a hit meet, she would have been comfortably in first. And for the most part, for Hezly, we saw a day that reflected what we saw in podium training. She had a fall on bars. Otherwise, was very strong on the other three events and is 6/10 back, so could certainly, with a hit day on day two, still win the national all-around title. But it's interesting. It's close. We got four people in the 55s. We've got a real competition on our hands.
Yeah, and that's right, you guys. We said the 55s, and we're going to get into breaking down how 55s are possible here. But first, I want to catch you up on what happened at men's yesterday, men's day one. Pajama Gate is fully in effect with Fred Richard and his long johns. He has a new uniform that he designed that's more like a basketball outfit, but then he wears long johns under them. And he's wearing white now. He switched to white. And I asked him if he's doing that because he's trying to get the FIG to allow gymnasts to wear this more baggy outfit. And he said, no, he's just liking, because it's easier to see the lines. If you're wearing white tights, it's easier to see the lines. And he was like,
they don't allow certain colors, correct? For pants, for man pants.
Yeah, you can't wear black for man pants.
Yeah.
Because then it's really hard to see. But white, extra, easy to see. But he said, no, he just likes it. So the crazy thing is he got a deduction for failing to salute the head judge. And this is what the men's code says. And this is the same thing that Simone got a deduction for in Paris. So you have to, the D judge is the head judge at these meets. So you have to salute them before, or acknowledge them before and after the routine.
The one who's raising a flag, if it's a flag meet, you have to acknowledge.
You have to acknowledge them before and after. So he, saluted at the end of his routine, but he saluted towards the pommel horse. And at some competitions, the judges are on both sides.
Yeah.
The whole thing is, he got a deduction. It's 3/10. I mean, it's not a small deduction. But the thing is, my favorite quote about this is someone I was explaining this to them, and they were like, what a bunch of divas. They can't tell the routine's over? And I was like, yeah, I mean, they can clearly tell. But the interesting thing is that Fred got this deduction, and effectively the same thing happened today with Claire Pease, who never, like, as would happen with Fred, so her vaults, she vaulted and sort of was falling out and trying to stop herself. So she
did a sliding
sunshine rainbow saluted the judges as she went by.
I mean, she made the hint of an effort to acknowledge the concept of a salute, but she was sliding through it like a pre-finishing position NCAA slide step salute, where it was like, don't worry about it. I'm going to keep stepping. I'm never really going to stop stepping. But soon those steps will be in the direction of Valeri instead of the direction of the landing.
I will do basically a full turn out of this. But she did turn in the direction of the judges and look at them. Whereas, Fred was...
He was like, hey, Cheryl.
Facing the judges.
What's up, Cheryl? You watching my vault?
And Cheryl also, before she was even done with her stepping salute situation.
This is Cheryl Hamilton, a judge who has been judging for forever at U.S. competitions that we're referring to, most famously in the background of Michaela Maroney's vault, being very professional.
Yes, mouth dropping open. That's Cheryl. And she's also hilarious. So she, anyway, immediately leans over and starts whispering to the judge next to her. You're not allowed to talk. The judges aren't allowed to talk to each other. You guys. I mean, also, that's immediately what we do. But the judges just hold it in. Hold it in until...
That's what we do. That's the whole point. That's the whole point of these nights.
So the controversies go on and on.
Love it.
I did asked to talk to Chellsie Memmel after the competition. I want to just preface what we're going to talk about here. I want to show you her answers, but I want to tell you a couple things before we show her answers, because here's how it works at USA Gymnastics. The Judging Association is separate. They give USA Gymnastics a list of judges. They're like, here's who we think should judge. USA Gymnastics approves the list, and that's that. Have they ever said, nope, scratch someone off, we're not having them here? I don't know if that's ever happened, but it seems to never happen. So the Trident is not in charge of the judges. They don't choose the judges. They don't regulate the judges. And in other countries, it's not like this. They're a whole team. The judges, the federation, everybody works together to help the athletes. Not in the United States. It's separate. So the judging problems are happening on the men's side, and on the women's side today, Hezly got a floor score that's impossible.
I mean, I wouldn't say impossible, but I think we saw a lot of high floor scores. Hezly's execution score was an 8-2, and I was like, she had a couple short landings and then kind of a jiggly-legged final pass with a big lunge to the side. I feel like 8-2, what we're seeing at most non-US meets, like 8-2 is the best you've ever done. And then when Reese got an 8-4-5 execution score, which is like what Ohashi got for her routine at Classic, I'm like, no one's getting 8-4-5. It was a great routine from Reese, but I feel like, we were looking at each other like, these are some high scores. And then we were looking at each other on vault because we were just like, okay, you do your Checo double full, you got a 14-2. I don't feel like they were all the same. Yeah. Like,
for example, Reese, Esponda, and Hezly Rivera got the same score on vault as Jade Carey.
And Jade Carey also got a 14-2. And Skye Blakely also got a 14-2, but for her Lopez.
Some were piked down. Some were gigantic and huge with no deductions except some knees. Some, the scores just did not differentiate the gymnasts at all. Moreau was given the wrong start value for her vault. It was fixed, which we like.
For a second, that was on the scores. And that can just be data entry,
Right. Which we allow for that. We like to see that it was caught and it was fixed. That's the right thing to do. So that is the background with which I asked to talk to Chellsie Memmel, who is the lead strategical brevet judge.
And were you like, Chellsie, you're a judge. Did you agree with the scores? Is that what you asked?
Chellsie, were you throwing things? Did you want to break your pencil? So I asked her,
maybe we could be the ones who are crazy. I would love to know if Chellsie was like, no, those are good. Those are right.
So Chellsie, I said, there are some scores that don't seem realistic, especially internationally. And I talked about everybody getting 14-2 on vault who did double Turchenko, and the E scores and the artistry. And so this is what she had to say.
I think I haven't looked at it all as a whole. I'm just like inputting it, but some of my calculations might have been a tad bit lower. Um, I like a confidence boost, but I also like realistic. So when you are going out for competition, you are, not expecting to get something either that much higher or that much lower. So
That's
So I feel reinforced in myself because that's what the watching it, that's kind of how I felt watching a lot of these routines. So to hear that like Chellsie was saying the same thing, I feel like, okay, that's of course my first reaction is about me. Like, okay, was I wrong? Should I be embarrassed about a thought I had? No. Okay, so Chellsie agreed with me. Okay, but yeah, I think in general that was kind of the reaction was these are probably going to be lower at Worlds.
Yeah, way lower. And the second question I just asked her about the artistry deductions, and she said, I haven't seen them. We don't get them. We're, trying to see them, so I'd have to go over and look. But she was like, I am really proud that the U.S. is so much better at artistry. And I was like, I totally agree. Yes, shout out to how far they have come. But yeah, I think she shared the same frustrations. And I also asked her, in France, they've had the artistry deductions posted. Like you can see how much was taken for artistry. Can we get that there? And she was like, yeah, I want that too. I'm trying. And I was like, I believe in you, Chellsie. You can do anything. So, she's on the same page. She doesn't control who judges. So that is part of an issue. Drew says
the gym moms behind me liked the scores and shushed me for complaining. You got shushed?
Welcome.
Oh, they would have hated being near us.
Yeah, we were not having it at all. Kensley says,
I like a confidence boost, but I also like realistic. Quoting Chellsie. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, that's
good. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, exactly.
So who would you say got, who, in terms of, speaking of confidence boosts, who would you say got a confidence boost today?
I think Dulcy and Charleigh Bullock both got confidence boost. Charleigh Bullock did so great at this meet, which we knew. I mean, when we talked about who's on our future Olympic teams, I'm like, Charleigh Bullock and her bars and her vault, and she's in third place with a 55.4, which is maybe a fun score.
Well, I mean, since everyone got a fun score, the margin isn't necessarily weird.
Yeah. And I think she is fantastic. She hit everything. She's so reliable. She's doing great, looking confident. And I think, for her, it was great. And also Dulcy Caylor, really redeemed herself. Like, it was a mess. She made fun of herself at Classic. And this time, she only had one event that was a problem. But otherwise, especially doing her double pike off beam this time and going for it.
That looked like because you were like at podium training at Classic, it was great, and then no one believed me because of the competition. It wasn't, but we saw the good one, the double pike dismount on beam of floor were very good. She had a cast handstand hiccup extra swing thing on bars, but that was really the only issue. I saw her dad after the meet and he was over the moon. He was buzzing, so it was great. It was great. It was a great day for Dulcy. And the whole Caylor family.
Congratulations to them.
Congratulations to the Caylors. I would like to say congratulations to iMessages that keeps autocorrecting it as Dulcy Taylor, even though I keep telling it it's Caylor, and it keeps autocorrecting anyway, and I feel like it's not being respectful enough to gymnastics. And I would like to establish that on the record now.
You have to put it in as a special word, like when I write DTY.
It undid all of mine. They're gone.
It kept trying not to.
It tried to put an apostrophe in worlds. Kept it's not possessive. It's the plural world championships. Come on.
Offense. Can we talk about our two leaders?
Can we talk about the actual meet? No,
and Claire Pease?
Yes, Skye Blakely, very strong overall. Had a couple beam was a little wobbly, but got through it in a fine way. She got a 13.75 on beam. She's definitely, especially in this meet, capable of going well into the 14s on beam. It was a little shaky, but otherwise strong. She got that floor routine out there, hit. She didn't connect out of the last pass. I also wouldn't have given the switch full, but that's kind of all I had. It was solid. Good.
Yep.
The stag jump out of her double Arabian was a real stag jump with some amplitude.
You guys, no one should get credit for connecting a jump out of a front tumbling unless they do it exactly like Skye. That was an actual rebound. It wasn't I'm going to plie for an extended period of time and pray for my life and then pull this stag jump out of my ass. It was an actual rebounding skill, which is the only kind that should get credit. And I am very proud of her for that. And I like that she's using Beyonce's husband's music in this. It's very, she's doing it's mostly her college routine with very few changes. But it's very, I like that she's bringing that to Elite. We need, a little more Jay-Z in our lives sometimes.
And Claire, also an insight into what it's like watching a competition and sitting next to Jessica. I just hear muttered to herself, no one else gets credit. Just randomly about, and so clearly now I know what you were talking about. You were talking about the connection of the stag jump, but just sort of mumbled to herself, just like, no one else gets credit. And I'm like, what is happening over here? Oh, just okay. You saw the replay of Skye's stag jump. Yeah.
I didn't realize I said that out loud.
You absolutely, I know you didn't realize it, but you absolutely said it out loud.
I didn't grab you at all today.
No, you almost did once. When
Yeah,
did someone? Zoe Malomo's vault landing.
Yes,
You
and I was like,
were about to. It was very scary, and I don't mean her landing. I mean for me, because Jessica's hand hovered like an inch above my thigh before she pulled it back. When Zoe Malomo had a locked right leg. It looked fine. I thought it was, solid. They had her scratch her second vault. Solid decision making.
yes, shout out to Marnie, her coach, for being like, nope, not worth it, because that wasn't the case everywhere today, which we'll talk about a little bit later. There were some people that were like, what are you doing? Why are you doing a second vault? This is not worth it. It was pray for your life. Before we talk about more about and break down each athlete today, I do want to tell you about something that happened yesterday. I can't believe all my teasers have been about men's gymnastics, but it's scandalous. What's happening? Like, I've never seen this happen in person at a U.S. meet. And I was talking to the NBC crew after men's, and I was talking to like Tim Daggett and John Roethlisberger, and Kensley came over, and then a coach walks by and is like F-bombs. And so I'm going to tell you that story and what happened. But
we'll talk a little bit more about like Claire Pease, who's winning. But there's a lot to get through, you guys.
We're talking about all the athletes, and we're talking about some of the stuff that happened in juniors and some more, stuff with men's. But so our conversation is going to continue now for our Club Gym Nerd members who support us all year long. If you aren't a member, you can join us at gymcastic.com. And if you aren't a member, we will see you back here tomorrow after men's day 2, or we'll see you streaming or in person at the live show Sunday immediately after women's are finished at around 6 p.m. And you can get tickets at gymcastic.com. And don't wait, because seating is limited there. So if you're coming in person, get your ticket now. So here's what happened.